Hey there, beautiful people. This is Darlene. I've come to do a reading for you today to bring loved ones or family through to speak to you, whoever this message is meant for. So the way that this works is I pull some cards over on this side and the left side to help bring in the energy of your loved one and to tell me a little bit or have them tell the story of kind of a little bit about them, and then the right side is about you, so that you can put these two sides together. And if you recognize this and this sounds, either both of these sound like a story that fits with your life, then you know it's a message for you. And I went ahead and pulled all the cards because I was I had kind of a stampede, and I wanted to there's just one personality that kept wanting to come through, and I wanted to be able to pull the cards and take my time with all that. So anyway, I've already pulled the cards, and now let me bring through Grandma, because I love this lady. She's, well, I love this lady. She's a sweetheart. So, and she is one, she's referring to herself as a grandma. So she was I'm seeing an elderly woman. She wasn't all that tall and on the round side, and she's saying that about herself, by the way. That's not my description so much as what she's saying about herself. But most of her family considered her very jolly and happy, and she was good at taking care of her family, and she was pretty much a homebody and cared for her home and her family. And Thank you. And there's a lot coming in, so bear with me as I try to make this succinct. She was a foundation, let me put it that way. It's like she was sort of a foundation for her family, and she had quite a large family, but it was a very strong family. I'm getting this vibe of, like most of us, and think of an Italian family, the ones I've been around anyway. They get together, they're strong, they stick together, they have, family dinners once a week or whatever. Anyway, there's just this camaraderie and closeness that they share, and that's the vibe that I'm getting with her. So I don't know if she was Italian or that's just the kind of family dynamics that she provided and promoted during her life, but she seems very proud of that she kind of kept the family together in that way. And in fact, I'm getting this vibe that she lived somewhere else. I don't know if it could have been Italy, could have been somewhere I'm seeing Southern Europe, maybe even could be southern France somewhere. I'm hearing either Malta or even Monte Carlo, which is very odd, but somewhere like that's sunny, that's near the ocean, that potentially that has mountain ranges and is very picturesque. That's the point of that. It's very picturesque. And she was not a risk taker in her life. She was very, like I said, very dependable, steady as you go. She was, what you saw was what you got, but with a wonderful sense of humor. She made jokes about herself, and was just a jolly person in general. She was also religious. I think she could have been Catholic, but I'm just seeing someone who went to church a good bit and had a strong faith. And then at some point in her life, it feels to me like maybe in her 40s possibly, her partner left, and it feels to me like it certainly could have been a death, but that's not what it's feeling to me. It's feeling like they just left. They chose to leave, she lost passion for life. It broke her heart, and it was just extremely painful, and she just kind of lost her zest, lost her passion for life at that point. And her family became concerned. Her family, in fact, there's this whole gaggle of family surrounding her now on the other side, and they're like hugging, and they're all close, and it's just beautiful. It's just so beautiful. this sweet, sweet, sweet energy. And they all understood it. They all got it. They all kind of loved her through it, I guess is a good way to say. But she really was never, I don't think, the same after that. She just kind of lost her part of her spark for life after that. She pushed on, she pushed through, she still took care of her family. She did to, to the end, in fact. She's making that very clear. But in her heart, I don't think she ever really got over this loss. And she just was, like I said, not really the same after that. And I think she had one more opportunity for romance in her life. She could have. She had, I'm not sure she took advantage of it, though. It feels more like maybe this was just the other person might have wanted more, but she didn't. She could never really open her heart back up again, possibly. That could have been one situation. Let's see. Well, I'm going to come back to this King of Wands here because I want to move over here to this situation with you. Now, this is whoever this reading is for, that here is physically now here in this world. This is about you and what's going on in your life. I think that your life kind of started off in a bit of a charmed fashion. I think in the beginning you had a good childhood, a happy home and upbringing. Life was good. You didn't have to worry about much. And then as you became an adult, you became more reflective of that, and I think you appreciated what you had, but something sucker punched you. Let me put it that way. And it was someone who was dishonest with you, who cheated you, who betrayed you in some way. And it caused this tower moment in your life. And most of you know, if you look at tarot, what a tower moment means. It's a sudden upheaval. Now, towers can be good and they can be not so good, unpleasant. They don't always have to be bad. So, and I think what I'm hearing is two storylines. So this could be two family members of the same family. It could be that there's a similar situation, and this is for two completely different families. So let me follow the storyline. Let me talk about one, and then I'll come back. So one storyline I'm getting is there was a good tower moment. You met someone you fell in love with, but you didn't trust it because of this previous experience that you'd have of a betrayal. Goodness, I can't talk. And so you didn't really trust it, and you took a lot of time out, and you thought about it, and you sort of took your sweet time about this love interest, and you couldn't make up. There was a difficult choice you had to make, and you just couldn't make up your mind about it. And the truth was, you felt restricted, held back, almost obsessively thinking about this betrayal. And it kept you from getting your wish fulfillment and your happy ending here. That's what might have happened to this one person, okay? Another storyline is there is another kind of betrayal. It not necessarily, it could have been something that you loved. Well, lots of lines here, but there was a tower moment that happened, an upheaval in your life regarding love. This is a similar storyline, but a little bit different, that caused you and I think the other person to go to your separate corners, so to speak. Don't know what happened here, but it looks like you both retreated. You both kind of went into your, like I said, your separate corners to try to figure this out, to try to understand about this situation. Now, one thing I am getting, and this is, you know, this is going to fit or it's not going to fit. I feel that there is a connection here. There's two King of Wands. You notice there's one on your loved ones, deceased loved one side, as well as here. And this is a very specific storyline I'm getting. But I feel like there could have been a male in the living. There's a male who is gay, and it feels like it's tied back to this situation with your grandmother, or if this is your grandmother, your loved one, whatever her relationship was to you. And that could have been why this person left her life, was because he realized that he also was gay, perhaps, and he had to go and find his way in the world. And, you know, she just really had a hard time accepting that and understanding that. You know, and in that generation, it was not so common to hear about that, and she just really didn't know what to do about it. But that's a very, like I said, specific story I'm getting for someone. But the fact that this king is falling right under this Three of Swords here, it does feel like that dynamic was part of that for some reason. And then back over here to the story of the living person. So I think that this may have been something that you struggled with because of this family member's hurt that she experienced with it. Also, there could have been she could have not, she could have denied you because of her own experience. Let me put it like that. She could have pushed you away and maybe even said hurtful things to you because of her own experience and her pain in dealing with that situation. And so you have had to make a very difficult choice in your life regarding love. And I feel like you're just struggling, even in today's time where, you know, people can be so much more open about that, thankfully. But I just feel like there is an obsession within you, and it's not about your sexual orientation so much as it is, it's hard to put into words. It is that, but you just feel so restricted, so held back, as if it's got a hold on you that is not in alignment with the actual situation. So I think you are putting this oppressive conundrum on yourself that is bigger than the actual set of circumstances. And what I'm hearing is, tell him it's okay. Tell him to tell his truth. That's what you notice. I put these here because these cards are at the bottom of the deck. So this is at the bottom of the deck for this message, and this is at the bottom of the deck for this message. They're both message cards, right? The Knight of Swords comes in to give a very specific message, which clearly she has brought through. And then the Page of Swords, he is the most intelligent person, if you want to put it that way, in the tarot cards. Very, very keen intellect. But he's also sort of a detective. He likes, often tarot readers see him as the spying energy, right? So I feel like you're trying to resolve this. You're trying to do your due diligence. I think you're working on it internally. I really, really do. And I think you're very close to a breakthrough of releasing this devil here. And I might even pull a card or two on that for you. But I just feel like that you're just right on the precipice here of seeing your wishes fulfilled and your in all your dreams coming true, and in your money and everything being good in your life. I think that what I'm hearing is the choice here in the Lover's card was originally known as the choice. It was not just about love. But I feel in this case it is for you, relative. It is a choice about love and how you choose to go forward in that part of your life. And the message that I'm getting off this card is, but you've got to let go of these obsessions that have been holding you back, this obsessive thinking about it, this obsessive thinking about this situation with your loved one and what she went through. She wants you to be happy. She's saying very clearly, tell him to let go of that. This is her actual word, crap. Let go of that crap. Let go of that crap. It doesn't mean anything. Let go of it. Let go of it. Look what it did to me. It ruined my life. I never recovered from it. Let go of it. Let go of it. And tell this truth. Be smart enough. Be smart enough to tell the truth. Sort about thoughts and words and truthfulness. Okay. Oh, let me see. And what's underneath? I'm curious to look. Yeah. And here's the card beneath this is the Emperor. And Emperor is, he's in charge. Let's just say that. He is Charles in charge here. He really is the master of his kingdom, obviously. But he can be a little bit in his ego. But the message I'm getting here is for you to take charge and tell the truth. Don't hold back about this. Don't punish yourself, or don't have a lot of fear and obsessive thinking about all this. And I love this. I was just thinking as I was delivering this message, it feels right here like there should be a Fool card with this new beginning. And there it is, the Fool, which is a new beginning. But it's also about taking risks. Take a risk. Take a risk. Be authentically who you are here. Don't be afraid of that. It's time. And this is a card about divine timing. It's also about looking out at distant shores. Yeah, you may even be thinking, this just came through. Sorry, I just hit my mic. You may even be thinking about planning a trip to your grandmother's home, to visit the old, to honor your lineage, as it were. What a perfect time to let go of this with her coming through to give you this message. And this, because this Page of Wands is about taking an adventurous, bold action, if you will. I love that. And it's time for you to stop worrying. This is the card of sleepless nights and the anxiety. And be strong. That's all this is going to take. Because the fact that you need to have strength implies that you're feeling weak about something. You're feeling weak about this. You could also have it's not just obsessive thinking. You could be struggling with some kind of addiction. And I'm feeling like if that's because you're going to have this new beginning. This new passionate beginning is right there. I just feel it's right there at the edge, getting ready to burst forth for you. If you have an addiction problem, I think you're just trying to mask this, again, this situation, this conundrum, maybe you just haven't come out yet. I don't know what your situation is, but you will, and you will know. But I just feel this really heavy weight of this mental, holding yourself back, feeling restricted, and Spirit saying, in your family over here is saying, nope, it's time, put all that nonsense, put that crap, as your grandma says, put that crap, that tower crap, you put that behind you now. It's time to be who you are, because you have all this really beautiful stuff here happening. Okay, I want to pull just a couple more cards here, Spirit. Advice for my living family here, advice for this person or persons who this message is for. Can you please give me some advice, please, for these lovely people here, or a person? It may just be one person, because it's a very specific message. I'll never get famous on YouTube delivering messages here that are for one person, but it's just what I'm feeling called to do. It just is. And we'll see. I don't do this to get rich or famous, y'all. I promise you that. Okay, well, all right. It wants me to cut the deck. Okay. Not sure you can see that. Let me move that up. Okay, so you're going to have an epiphany about this if you will allow yourself. And I'm hearing a great big watch what you're thinking. Watch what you're thinking, because all of us can be our own worst enemy, and we get on this mental gerbil wheel around and around and around and around in our head, and that's what this is reminding me. That's what it's looking like here. We're really, if we can just slow all that down and change our focus, that's what this is. This is laser focus here about what we do want, what we want to manifest, what we like your good, happy ending here and prosperity of all kinds. Focus on that and not on this or this. This is where your focus needs to be, about the future, looking forward, not looking back. And I think if you do that, you'll have an epiphany about how to approach this, how to deliver this message. I really think this is a message of truth. That's what what's going to be coming to you. Yeah, and I think that's what, the hangman, you've been in this, hangman again, now the messages are starting to repeat. You've been in this state of, I don't know what to do, I'm just going to hang here and hopefully I'll get a new perspective about this. But you are, I'm really drawn to the light around her head here. You are getting a new perspective, but you have to allow it. Spirit gives it all day long, but if we don't allow it, it can't come in. So just bear that in mind. Again, yet another card of, to me, the Hermit is often about epiphanies. It is also about going in, having an awakening. The Hermit goes into his cave to meditate, to think, to have clarity. And I feel like that's what Spirit is on offer to you from Spirit here. If you will just change your focus here to what you want and not by looking at the past. And yet another one, Spirit is just all over the same message, the Hierophant is he's spiritual, he's about convention, and it can be about commitment. And what I'm feeling from this card is you need to be committed to higher thinking about this, not looking back and dwelling on these tower moments, and just work on that. It's saying work on that. Just work. Your work needs to be changing how you're thinking about all of this and finding that new perspective. And when you do, your Ace of Cups, your love, your is coming through. Oh, I love that. And right below that, the World. Yeah. So one cycle will end. When you do this, one cycle will end and a new one will begin. The World is the end of the Fool's journey. It's the end, but it also implies a beginning. Love, 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 love that. Okay. Love, love, love that. Any more messages, Grandma, for your person here? Be at peace. Just be at peace. Be at peace with who you are. You're beautiful, she's saying. I wish I'd known that. That's what she's saying. I wish I'd known. I wish I'd understood that people are just people. They are who they are. I wish I could have had more acceptance in my own life, and that's why I want you to understand how important that is for you. You just need to have acceptance for who you are. Okay, she's pulling her energy back, sending her love, and know that she is, she's with you. And I'm also hearing you have something that belongs to her. I don't know what it is, if it's a piece of jewelry or, I don't know, it could be something like a bookmark, something that belonged to her. She's pointing that out. Yeah, like it may even be, or yeah, I see a book with something in the book, like it could be a bookmark, could also be like a chain, a woman's piece of jewelry and a chain that you have in a book or something. If that's relative, it is, and if it's not, just dismiss that. Could be for someone out there. Okay, folks, well, that's all I have for you today. I wish you all many blessings, and if there was something in this message that you found helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Many blessings. Thank you for watching. Take care.